We're in chapter 7 now, and we're continuing on from, we've got the house of the Lord, and we've got Jerusalem. Now David is feeling pretty comfortable in himself. The Philistines aren't attacking. He is in a good place. And it came to pass that when the king sat in his house, the Lord had given him rest round about from all his enemies. I think I'm missing a thing at the top. How was David's kingdom established forever? While David was resting in his house, he thought about how the Ark of the Covenant had no permanent resting place. He wondered if he should build a house or a temple for the Lord. And the ark through the prophet Nathan, the Lord responded that David should not build a house for him. Instead, the Lord promised to establish David's own house, his throne and kingdom forever. And the Lord's promise to David are sometimes called the Davidic covenant. Psalm 132:11-12 adds the important qualification that David's earthly kingdom would endure only if his descendants remained faithful to the Lord. Because of the wickedness of David's kingdom was divided after Solomon's death, with his descendants ruling over only the kingdom of Judah. In the 6th century BC, Judah was taken captive by Babylon, and David's kingdom came to an end. Though David's earthly kingdom ended, the promise of a kingdom that would be established forever was ultimately fulfilled through Jesus Christ, a descendant of David. As the Son of God, Jesus Christ will reign forever as our eternal King. And I think that is really important that when we read this, we see this, that it all is about coming down to Jesus Christ. And it came to pass that the king sat in his own house, and the Lord had given him rest round about from all his enemies. And the king said unto Nathan the prophet, See now, I dwell in a house of timber, but the ark of the God dwelleth within curtains, or a tent. And Nathan said to the king, Go and do all that is in thine heart, for the Lord is with thee. And it came to pass that night that the word of the Lord came to Nathan, saying, Go and tell my servant David, Thus saith the Lord, Shalt thou build me a house for me to dwell in? And see, the Lord is kind of saying, what are you doing here? And whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day, but have walked in a tent and in a tabernacle, in all the places wherein I have walked with all the children of Israel, I spake I a word with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people Israel, saying, Why build ye not me a house of cedar? He's basically saying, this isn't what I've asked for right now. I asked to make sure that the people were fed and that the people know that I am God. I don't need this house at this time. Notice he says at this time. He doesn't say at this time in this sentence, but he's implying that I haven't had it for these centuries. So why would I need it this minute for these? And now therefore, shalt thou say unto my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I look upon thee from the sheepcote, or the sheepfold, from following the sheep, to be a ruler over my people, over Israel. I'm the one that's given the blessings here. It's nice what you're thinking, but I'm the one that's given the blessings anyway. I can do my work. I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off thine enemies out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and I will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more, neither shall the children of Israel, children of wickedness, afflict them any more, as before time. So he's saying, I've done these things for you and for the people, and it's part of what I do. And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over the people of Israel, have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house. Now, reading the scriptures as we have them, it doesn't seem like there was a lot of rest, but when you look at it closer, you see that the times they had wars with the Philistines or the people of Ammon or something like that was a lot smaller than the times they had peace. So it was a lot more restful. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. Talking about Solomon here. And he shall build up an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. So he said, Solomon, or this unnamed seed after thee, will establish the throne of his kingdom forever, and build up the house that I've not asked you to build, but he will build to me. And I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. So I will still bless him and his house. Saul's house diminished, and David's house will continue. And thy house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words, according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David. Then went King David in and sat before the Lord, and he said, Who am I, O Lord God, and what is my house that thou hast brought me hitherto? And this was yet in thy sight, O Lord God, but thou hast spoken also to thy servant's house for a great while to come. And this is the manner of man, O Lord God. And this is the manner of man, O Lord God. So he's saying, wow, you've given me all this knowledge that I'm doing okay, that my children will do okay if they keep following you. And you've told me all this. You've let me know. Why am I so blessed? And what can David say more unto thee? For thou, O Lord God, knowest thy servant. For thy word's sake, and according to thine own heart, thou hast done these great things, to make thy servant know them. He's saying, you're revealing things to me that I see so great, and I'm so grateful for it. And it's because of your word's sake, and your according to your own heart, which is the most wise and wonderful thing to have, is that the Lord knows everything. Wherefore thou art great, O Lord, for there is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard in our ears. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem, for a people to himself, to make him a name, and do for you great things, and terrible for thy land before thy people, which thou redeemest to thee from Egypt, from the nations of their gods. For thou hast confirmed to thyself thy people Israel to be a people unto thee forever, and thou, Lord, art become their God. And now, O Lord God, the word that thou hast spoken concerning thy servant and concerning his house, establish it forever, and do thou as thou hast said. And let thy name be magnified forever, saying, O Lord of hosts is the God over Israel, and let the house of thy servant David be established before thee. I'm getting also a little bit of this idea that David was thinking, I need to get this house built for the Lord, and the Lord saying, no, I'm building your house right now. And your house isn't of bricks and mortar, but of your legacy and your children. That is what I'm concerned with right now, and that's what you should be concerned with. For thou, O Lord, God, Lord of hosts, God of Israel, hast revealed to thy servant, saying, I will build thee an house. Therefore hath thy servant found in his heart to pray this prayer unto thee. And you can feel the gratitude as he says these things. And now, O Lord God, thou art that God, and thy words be true, and thou hast promised this goodness unto thy servant. Therefore, now let it please thee to bless the house of thy servant, that it may continue forever before thee. For thou, O Lord God, hast spoken it, and with thy blessing let the house of thy servant be blessed forever. What beautiful words, and the gratitude that David shows. What a good understanding of gratitude. He wants to do something for the Lord, and the Lord comes back and does something greater for him than he could even imagine. And I think in our lives, if we turn to the Lord and do all that we can for him, he will bless us in ways that we can't even imagine.